Hello and welcome with Personal Life Coach 2. I am Chaplain Ebony Glover. So today we're going to wrap up the final mini session of divorce care. So this is the fourth video, and this video will tap into infidelity and finances. Tough subjects. So one of the leading causes of divorce is infidelity. And Proverbs 6:13, but the man who commits adultery is an utter fool, for he destroys himself. Think about that. You can completely destroy yourself and your family. Feelings of resentment, hurt, and pain all tie into that adultery. However, there are many couples that I have counseled, and I often ask them, well, the adultery can either make your relationship stronger or it's going to break your relationship. And so that answer there is just what it is. Sometimes, you have to tap in and really see, why did the adultery occur? It's not to blame each other, but it's to look inside and see what happened. What is it that the person was also seeking or searching? So some healing can come in place. There's recovery with that. God is forgiving, and once a person admits it and repents, the spouse can forgive. Okay. However, that spouse can't use that tool as a power struggle. And you have to understand, if you are forgiving that person, you are forgiving that person and letting that go. You're not bringing that up every time, because if God forgives, so can you. However, on the other side, if the act continues and there's no change, one must move on. Again, God does allow divorce. He doesn't like it, but He does allow it. Okay, so infidelity can be in a position of praying over it, releasing it, letting it go, that both individuals heal and both getting to the root of the problem. Why did it occur? What was missing? Or what did you feel that void in that person's life may have been? What was the pain there? Why did they seek that? Those are some questions that can be brought up, and they can be brought up simply with a chaplain, counselor, pastor, but couples can move on. And if they can't, again, then you move forward in life and you ask God to handle that situation. So now let's talk about financial challenges. Guess what? Finances is number one lead for divorce. Finance has been the number one death in marriages. Yep. It's called economic infidelity. So frustration on who handles the money can come up, who spends the most, how's the money spent is the number one thing that people want to understand. Guess what? Fatalities in marriage had to do with money, not infidelity, money. Most fatalities in marriages had to do with money. So you want to talk about it. You want to talk about debt. Some people say, well, we don't want to talk about it. Well, if you don't talk about it, that is the very thing that's going to come back and take you out. How much money do you make is what you want to discuss. How much debt do you owe? Who do you constantly take care of? Sometimes there's elders, there's children. All of this has to be communicated. And there are people to support you and help you. There are financial advisors out there that are great at this. I have a financial advisor. Me and my spouse have a financial advisor, and was able to put things in place that was easy to communicate that. So there's two economic cultures. You have financial priority. Some people have investments as the other culture with savings. So you want to negotiate that up front and you want to discuss it. It's much easier to talk about it than to lose your life over it. And pray about finances. You can. God wants us to have compassionship and peace among each other. And on this earthly plane, finances is involved. So, again, you can talk to a financial advisor. You can talk to experts who are good in finances. Talk to each other first about what your goals and your plans are about finances. Talk about what your strengths and weaknesses are. It's okay to be honest and transparent about your finances. This is very important. Also, Tony Evans has a book online called Living in Financial Victory. You can check that out. There's many good books out there. A lot of people like to go to YouTube, but personally, I like to talk to a person, and it was easy when we talked with a financial advisor. Okay. So I want to go to my notes about things here. I always got some notes here. So the question is, how can I get my life back after a divorce? Understand you have never lost your life because you lost your spouse due to divorce or death. I know this is hard to hear, but you didn't come into the world with them. You came into the world as an individual. The things that make you feel like you lost your life is what you expected your life to be like. You need a new vision for the life that does not include someone that chooses not to be a part of your life. You want to reimagine yourself where you thought you would be before this person came into your life. Where would you be? Or now, where would you be 5 years from now? Stop and take in a deep breath and think who you are apart from that person. You're an individualized person. God created you beautifully, and you have gifts and talents as well that you can tap into, and you have a purpose here. So many times individuals define themselves in relationship by the other person, what the other person wants, what the other person's doing, and they lose really knowing who they are and creating that relationship with God. Naked did I come into this world, and naked should I return. So let's learn to be healed. So divorce is like death. It's a difficult time, but with support, a person can pull through and tap into God. All right, so I have some more things for you here. These are some things here. Write down if you have time. Okay, so these are some things to help you. So understand this. So in a 1 to 4 year marriage, okay, so if you're married for 4 years, it takes 1 year to heal. So it's a 1 to 4 year ratio for marriage. So if you're married for 10 years, it's going to take you how long? 2 years to heal. You want to live in the present. Don't live in the past. Learn from it, but don't live there. Don't stay in the past living there. Don't live in the future. The future comes when it comes. Live in the ever present. Be careful. Set goals and plans with God and purpose. Establish meaningful relationships, people that you know that have honest intentions in your life. Don't be a hermit. Don't stay sheltered. Have a spirit support system, people that can support you. Next one is work on yourself. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. So steps 1 through 3 so far will help you do that. No matter the fault for the divorce, there are things we need to improve on to be ready to be the spouse God intended. Work on your relationship with God. Let Him be the center of your life. Be kingdom minded. Serve in a church, volunteer, get connected, stay a little busy. Read Psalms and Proverbs monthly. If you read 5 Psalms a day and 1 chapter of Proverbs, you will have read them through every month. You've read them through. Those are some tips that I wanted to share with you, and keep those in mind. So, this is the last session of divorce care. You can move on, you can live diligently, you can live peacefully. Next month, guess what it's going to be? It's February, so it's going to be all about relationships, communication, love, and of course, we always have the center focus with God. Thank you. I'm Chaplain Glover. You can always see these videos on Personal Life Coach 2 YouTube, Personal Life Coach 2 Facebook. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat or call me 951-430-4445. And we can have any discussions or topics that you wish. I'm sorry. At the end, and here I am, stumbling with the words at the end. But guess what? It continues. This is Chaplain Glover. Have a great day.